I'm out on a walk with one of my kids, and earlier we rescued a moth, which I want to show you. He's here resting his little wings and just trying to decide whether or not he's going to stay alive. But this makes me think, what kinds of things can we learn about a moth? Like if this was early in homeschool, what kinds of things could you imagine us doing? If you were like, oh, look, a moth, which you still do. Mm-hmm. I could think metamorphosis, like studying the life cycle of a moth. Can you think of any other ideas?
I just want to see what the biggest moth is, because this is the biggest moth I've ever seen.
Oh, here, let's put your hand there so you can see. You're 6'2", so look how big it is in your hand. So he is big. So understanding which would be the biggest moth on the planet. I think they're much bigger than that, but that would be interesting. You could study the difference, why the moths have these types of markings, or why scientists think that they have those types of markings. Do you know?
Camouflage.
Camouflage. And eyes.
This would be a good one because a lot of kids would be able to see it up close.
Yes.
You can look at the structure of an insect, so the head,
the thorax
and
the abdomen. You can see it, the two different kinds of wings. You'd be able to see how many legs and stuff it has, and you can see the antenna too, right? So as we're walking away, you could even learn about the difference between a moth and a butterfly.
Yes.
And do they both come from caterpillars?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, and so what's the difference between a caterpillar that turns into a moth and a caterpillar that turns into a butterfly? Interesting. What's the difference between when they spin for metamorphosis? What's the difference between what that encasement is called with a butterfly versus a moth? Can you think of anything else that would be an interest? What kind of a project could you do about moths? Because we like secret sauce, right? So we always think project first. You could simply capture a caterpillar and then observe it, right? We've done that before.
You could probably find an experiment online raising a caterpillar. Oh,
for sure, because God invented YouTube, right? And there's all kinds of stuff on there. You could create a PowerPoint on moths versus butterflies. You could
practice identifying the species.
What else? This is all just off the top of our heads as we're just sitting here looking at this rescued moth. What else? The lifespan.
Lifespan. Is it a daytime moth? Is it a nighttime moth? When is it most active?
Right. All kinds of stuff.
Yes.
Right? All kinds of stuff. So get inspired. Take your kids, go out on a walk, and when you see something that catches your attention, lean into it. So we rescued this moth just from the street. You can see the little short in the descriptions below. You'll see that we used a stick because he was upside down, put him there, and then as we're circling back on our way home, we thought, let's see if he's still there. And I thought it would be fun to do some brainstorming on what kinds of ideas you could do with a moth. So if you need more activities, I have a butterfly unit that I will link in the descriptions below. Other than that, get out with your kids, have a happy day, and we'll see you soon.